Hello and welcome to today in the news on Vanguard Life. My name is Damlola Ogunshak and I'll start with Vanguard on the paper review. Vanguard is leading with bandits abduct 40 in Zamfara mosque as peace deal collapses. Troops foil multiple terrorist attack in Katsina, Kebbi, Zamfara. Says Dangote refinery unveils CNG trucks for free fuel distribution. On page 48, Tinubu court's 10-day vacation returns to Abuja today. 70 CSOs to National Assembly. Summon Ibas to give account in Rivers. On page 8, Presidency Atiku Bika over hunger, looming revolution claims. ADC to court. You have no power to sack Mark-led ESCO. National Assembly to Natasha. Allow Senate courts play constitutional roles. On page 48, 2009 agreement, SANA, NASO to shut down varsities, September 22nd. On the sport, it's all God, Amusan, on winning silver at 2025 World Championships. Now, top banner on page 48, no glitches, no excuses. PDP wants INEC on 2027. Inflation rate drops championships. Now, top banner on page 48, no glitch. Inflation rate drops to 20.12% in August. My achievement will speak for me in 2027, says Governor Idris. And lastly, on Vanguard newspaper, our plant ended 50 years of fuel queues in Nigeria. That's according to Dangote refinery, and you can see that on page 20. Now let's move to the Guardian. The Guardian major airline says money illusion feels at the federal government orders relocation of roaming cattle to grazing reserves. International Day, Nigeria's democracy faces grave threat from hunger, corruption, Article CS own warns. Peace deal collapses as bandits abduct 40 in Zamfara. On top of the banner, we have how our refinery saved Nigeria's oil sector by Dangote. Lastly, on the Guardian newspaper, 2027, Nigerians won't accept technical glitches, excuses, PDP won. The Guardian newspaper. Now let's move to the Punch. The Punch major headline says food price clash. Farmers fault federal government order as agro import eat 2.2 trillion naira. Order won't work. Federal government must subsidize transport and agri sectors. That's coming from our farm milers. Federal government to distribute to government must subsidize transport and agri sectors. That's coming from our farm milers. Federal government to you can see that Nepal protests jailbreak. South is behind as Southwest maintains voter pre-registration lead. You can see that on page 7. And lastly, on the Punch newspaper, top of the banner, Tinubu, Fubara, and foreign trips. Ibas are set for handover. You can see that story on page 2. And lastly, the Nation major headline says Presidency, APC Islam Atiku over hunger, hardship alarm. Ex-Vice President, low score for federal government out of touch with positive development. You can see that on the page 2. And inflation slides on stable economic growth, low food prices. And top of the banner, why weak Carter Bridge must be demolished by federal government. Tinubu courts a short vacation, expected back today. Lastly, on the Nation newspaper, judge returns motion by Kano to CJ for reassignment. You can see that on news page 4 of the Nation newspaper. And that's all we have on the front pages of the dailies. Join us after the broadcast. Our correspondents will be giving us some of their reports. Welcome back. If you're just joining me, this is today the news on Vanguard Life. My name is Damlola Ogunshaki, and we started with the kidnap cases in Zamfara State. About 40 worshippers were abducted from a mosque in Ingidantube village during morning prayers, and this came just hours after 10 other people were kidnapped in another village. Well, to give us his report is Boluwaji Obaoko. Good morning, Boluwaji.
Morning.
Yes, please give us your report. What do you have to say about the abductions?
As far as we're concerned, till now, there's still not been word from the kidnappers. The Reverend Father in a village in Lamabro local government area was kidnapped 2 days ago, along with some people yet to be identified in the vehicle. However, the judge is already thrown into order. They are, however, praying and looking up to God that there will be word from the kidnappers as to the ransom they will be demanded, and eventually they will have their Reverend Father back in and adding. But for now, the kidnappers are still holding on to the Reverend Father Wilfred Ezefa from St. John Parish in the Namabro local government area of the state. That's how far we have concerning the kidnapping of the Reverend Father.
So can you just take us again on what happened? How many people were kidnapped and when it happened?
It happens on Saturday evening, and then we got the information on Sunday, and then for now they can't say the actual number of people who were in the vehicle with the Reverend Father, but they are estimating like 4 others, with them making 5 altogether, because that's their calculation that the Reverend Father always go with such number anytime he's traveling, and so far that's it. But we can't actually say, but there are people with the Reverend Father in the vehicle.
So, given the recent peace deals in part of Katsina and Zamfara, what factors do you think are undermining this agreement and leadership of the bandit groups?
I think the peace deal that had has collapsed in Zamfara, which led to the killing of close to 40 or more than 40 people in the worship center. But I also find that it is the collapse of this peace deal that is making them to flee, or maybe the attack by mercenaries or by federal government machineries against them. That's making them to flee, and they are coming into our territory in Kogi State. As of 2 days ago, there was a report, even from the Security Advisors Unit, that bandits are encamping in Kogi bushes, and especially from Edo and Ondo, who were being chased away from Edo State and Edo State. So we felt that the attack is leading them, all to the attack in the Zamfara, in Katsina, is leading them, making them to flee, but I said that they are now finding harbor in Kogi State.
Were you able to get any reactions from some of the family members of those kidnapped?
Well, now it's the church that spoke. Another Reverend Father from the church, I think maybe the assistant Reverend Father, is the one who spoke and said they are in touch with the Reverend Father family. But for now, nothing yet. So if there's any way anybody want to speak, I think they've mandated only the assistant Reverend Father to actually speak to the general public or the press. So for us, even the family members are quiet, they are not saying anything to the press. But for official information, everything is from the assistant priest.
All right, thank you very much, Boluwaji, for that report.
Thank you so much.
And that's our correspondent, Boluwaji Obaopo. Now, let's move away from that. World record holder Amusan has expressed excitement after winning silver medal in the women's 100-meter hurdles at the ongoing Tokyo 2025 World Championships. Amusan, who clocked 12.28 seconds to finish second behind Switzerland in a national record of 12.24, described the medal as a product of perseverance, faith, and the support around her. Reflecting on her journey, she admitted that it has not been easy, it's been God. The journey has been extremely rough. And Amusa, who also spoke about the high level of competition in Tokyo, where she faced one of the strongest 100-meter hurdles lineups in research, they say it's really been tough. Look at the kind of lineup that they had. It's anybody's race, and she further credited her progress to her new coach, the legendary Jamaica trainer who previously worked with Usain Bolt, and that's Glenn Mills. Well, that's all we have on the papers this morning. But let's end this on a lighter note with Mr. and Mrs. Okay, today we have Mr. and his friends, and Mr. says, as a landlord, I know what I am saying. Look for accommodation elsewhere. Any family that occupies that flat will have octuplets. 6 families have experienced it so far. But if you insist with your 4 children, no problems. 4 children. I think the landlord is doing Mr. a very good one this time around. I mean, with the economy, not just in Nigeria, everywhere, inflation is there, and you are telling me that you want to have more children. No, 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 no. The landlord is doing something good. Well, this is where we have to draw the curtain today. My name is Damlola Ogunshakin. Do well to like and follow us on all our social media platforms showing on your screen. You can also visit our website www